Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this, your third and final video in this three-part series. I hope you guys have enjoyed these videos as much as I've enjoyed creating them for you. Now, before we cut to the third video, which is all about adopting the non-job mindset. You guys know that I've been speaking about meditation, affirmation, visualization, and mental reprogramming in my YouTube videos for many years. Well, these aren't just cool ideas, they are the rituals by which I transform myself in order to be who I need to be to get what I want in this world, right? And you could do the same thing. So you'll learn more about that in a moment. But I would like to let you know that the NonJob Revolution ebook and program that I've been creating all year is now available for purchase. So if you're interested in becoming a non-jobber by sharing your passions to earn profits, then you're definitely going to want to click down below. Check out the website. There's also a video on there. It's a very popular video of mine that really lays down the blueprint and the character associated with this whole non-job revolution and movement that's happening in business worldwide. We're really living in revolutionary times. So I realize that it's not for everyone, but if you are ready to take that plunge, then click the link. Otherwise, enjoy this video all about adopting the mindset associated with success. See you next time. Welcome back, non-job revolutionaries. In this video, we're going to be talking about the second of 3 neural reprogramming rituals that I learned from Bob in my early days as a non-jobber. These rituals have absolutely led to the mindset shift and character development that has allowed me to become a successful non-jobber. And that's why I'm teaching them here to you today. The second of the rituals is the use of affirmations. Now, many of you may have heard that term affirmation before. Maybe you've even tried affirmations before. Most people don't get anything out of them. Most people, affirmations don't work for. Most people feel like they're wasting their time because chances are they are wasting their time. In this video, I'm going to show you how to maximize your use of affirmations. And I'm also going to teach you how to use it in order to upgrade your mindset for non-job success. The very first thing I want to share with you with regard to affirmation is the idea of embodied affirmation through anchoring. Now, before I begin, I want to share this wonderful little book called I Am Affirmations by Peter Mount Shasta. You can see it's a very thin little book you could find on Amazon, which gives great insights as to every aspect of affirmations. In fact, inside the book, there are pages and pages of I Am Affirmations. But for the purpose of this part of our affirmation lessons, I want to bring your attention to one paragraph where he really, in a poetic and impactful way, describes the philosophy behind what I'm going to teach you with regard to affirmation anchoring or embodiment. Listen very closely. I don't do this very often, but I'm going to read here for you. This is a quote from Godfrey Ray King in The Magic Presence, reproduced in I Am Affirmations by Peter Mount Shasta. The feeling side of human nature is the feminine activity of consciousness within every individual. The thought is the masculine activity of the mind. So right off the bat there, he shows us that feelings are feminine, thoughts are masculine, and it's very important that we recognize that distinction. A thought never becomes dynamic in the outer world until it passes through the feeling body. The feeling condenses upon the thought pattern, the atomic substance of the outer life of activity of life. In thus passing through the feeling body, the thought becomes clothed and therefore exists as a separate living thing outside the individual's mind. Now, if I had to recap that, basically what's being said is that you thinking about success Giving yourself good talk is worthless if it does not pass through your feeling body. In the world, we live in a world that's manifests through duality or the spectrum of polarities. Masculine and feminine exist in everything, even in our language. When it comes to the manifestation of anything physical in the outer world, it works in the very same way as when a baby is being born. A seed passes through a body and then becomes an individual. The seed, the thought, is the masculine insertion of an idea into the feelingness of the body, the feminineness of the body, and only the feminine can give birth. Are you following? Good. So what does that look like practically? This is when we use emotional anchors, affirmative anchors, the term I've been using in this video thus far. Let me put this book down. The way it was taught to me, and the way I'll share it with you, begins with playing a movie in your mind that stimulates this good feelings in your body. That's the very first thing. You've got to be able to stimulate good feelings in your body. One of the ways to do that is with mental movies. One of the most powerful ways to use mental movies is to think about a time when you were winning. Think about a time when you were successful. Think about a time when you were on top of the world. For me, it was when I was playing football and I made a 100-yard breaking about 9 tackle touchdown. So the way the mental movie would work for me in my case is I go back to almost 20 years, I'm getting old, to that event and that day. And I can already begin feeling the excitement of taking that ball off the hands of the quarterback. Ooh, breaking a tackle. Ooh, switching balls, breaking another tackle. Ooh, outrunning that slow back. He's behind me now. But there's another dude trailing, coming up alongside me. That pursuit, that line of pursuit. And I see him coming, but he's not fast enough. And right before that end zone, I dive in, he hits the ground. Touchdown. Boom! Do you see how I'm feeling right now? It didn't take me much because I practiced this shit. Get yourself into that winning state by feeling that way. Mental movies about being a winner in the past, bringing it back up because you know it's true, it's happened, you're not fooling yourself, you were a winner in that moment, but feeling it here, now, today. You can do this. Your brain's designed to do this. Your body's designed to do this. Another way to get those good feelings in your body would be to visualize, to see in your mind the actual thing that you're after, the actual way you are. If you could drum up the good feelings in your body associated with having the thing you don't have yet, but knowing that it's on its way, and see it in your mind's eye, however it is for you. You know, what it was for me was walking into this big, beautiful house that I'm standing in right now. 10 years ago, when my family was just starting, I knew I wanted a home where all my children had their own bedrooms. I knew I wanted a beautiful home for my wife. I knew I wanted a place where I could work and be with my family at the same time. I'm working in my home. I visualized this. Years ago, when I planted this seed, I saw myself walking up to my beautiful front door, walking in and seeing my children run to me and jump on me and love me. And all the good feelings associated with having that thing, even though I was still living in a townhouse that I foreclosed on. But I got myself into the feeling state and thus took the thought and impregnated myself with it. You know what I'm saying? Impregnated my body with it. And hey, my life has been a manifestation of this practice. When I see this house, when I'm where I am, I'm not confused. I'm not lucky. I don't know. I don't ask how this happened. I was very deliberate about the seeds that I planted. So visualizing, using mental movies, Anything you could do to drum up good feelings in your body. I'll give you one more way to drum up good feelings in your body, and that is by looking in the mirror and cheering yourself on. Cheering yourself on, loving yourself, saying, I am, or better yet, look at the guy in the mirror and say, you are a winner. You are a winner. You are incredible. You are smart. You are a savvy entrepreneur. You have great relationships. You know how to win. Nothing gets in your way. You see, speaking to yourself that way because no one else will. And if they do, you get addicted to them and you need them, like people who watch my videos. I don't need Elliott Hulse videos. I am Elliott Hulse, and I talk to myself this way. You see what I'm talking about? It's a choice. You can do this. In the beginning, there will be a little cognitive dissonance because, there's a part of your brain that doesn't want you to expand. But you'll battle through that with your discipline and commitment to the time frame, no less than 60 days of doing this. So I'm kind of getting off track here. I want to look at my outline. Good. So you understand the concept of embodiment. You can't just have a good affirmation. And some people have great affirmations, very heady affirmations. They're out there and they can't repeat them quickly because they're busy thinking about what the words are. Affirmation has less to do with the words and more to do with the feeling. A yell could be an affirmation. Ah! You see how excited I feel in that moment? It's all about getting into the feeling, getting into the embodiment. I'll stop there. Now, how do you craft I am affirmations? Well, it starts with the I am. I often begin with affirmations that sound like this. I am so happy and grateful now that I earn $10,000 per month with my non-job. In fact, that was my very first affirmation when I began to use this practice. And within weeks, I was earning $10,000. And Bob warned me before that not to think too small. So that's just a little tip there for you. I thought $10,000 was going to bring me the life that I wanted. I really didn't spend much time thinking about it. I just knew I needed $10,000 in that moment. And for 60 days, I brainwashed myself to get that $10,000, and then I realized I thought too small. So that's a little tip for you. Don't think too small. Why not $10,000 a day? Right? Go with it. Because now you're putting the seed, you're planting the seed, you're impregnating yourself and embodying the happiness and the gratitude associated with having the thing even when you don't yet. It's on its way. You got to know it's on its way. You can't push it. You don't know when it's on its way. You might add quickly and easily to the end of that affirmation. I like that too. I am so happy and grateful now that I earn $10,000 a day, quickly and easily. Give yourself that kind of love to say those kinds of things and get it into your body without the dissonance. And then finally, the third part of the affirmation process. The third thing that you're going to do in order to reprogram your mind is to squash any ants that cross your mind. An ant is an automatic negative thought, and they're pervasive, and they're insidious, and you got to be vigilant to get rid of them. The very first part of being vigilant with squashing ants is to notice when they appear. Automatic negative thoughts are very evident when you feel bad in your body. I'm not asking you to judge your feeling, but know when you have icky feelings. Fear, anger, depression, anxiety, all are icky feelings. Getting into your body and recognizing when you're out of alignment because of the off feeling that you have is the fruit, right? Is the embodiment, is the baby growing, right, of the thought that you may have unconsciously had. Most ants are unconscious. Go to your feeling body, you know that there are ants there. You might not know what the ants are. Get even more conscious about them is better. So you might notice the feeling in your body and then ask yourself, what kind of negativity am I embracing in this moment? You know, notice the people you're around, notice the things that you're watching or consuming, notice the circumstances that you find yourself in. Those are all helpful things. And then ask yourself, what am I thinking right now that's causing this fear? And if you can find it, if you can pinpoint it, and for many non-jobbers, would-be non-jobbers, it has to do with money. I will say that is the limiting factor in most of our dealings. Fear around money, you gotta squash that shit. Squashing your fears around money, squashing those ants, has everything to do with recognizing the imbalance and then instantly replacing it with one of your I am affirmations that you used and created in step 2. So, for example, you get a bill in the mail that exceeds what you even have in your bank account. I know about that. Or your car runs out of gas. You don't have enough money to put it in there. I know about that. Those are going to stimulate ants. Those are going to stimulate bad feelings in your body. It is up to you as a non-job revolutionary and warrior to pull out that sword and destroy it by instantly replacing that ant with an automatic positive thought. Bill comes in the mail, instant sinking feeling. I'm so happy and grateful now that money is being attracted to me from multiple sources quickly and easily. You got to get yourself into the feeling of that too. You've really got to bullshit yourself. You got to brainwash yourself. Because if you don't do it, someone else will. Done.